Ever before the Great Sphinx sand were removed, ancient Egypt captured people's attention. It has been preoccupied for historians and archaeologists for the past 20 years. We have spent years patiently solving the riddles of this place. However, despite all of this time, there is still a ton that we don't know. Under the dunes of Egypt, some of the greatest finds from antiquity are still hidden and waiting to be discovered. Most frequently, these disclosures merely lead to new riddles and unresolved questions. In this video, we will be looking at the 10 unresolved mysteries of ancient Egypt. But before we talk about it, if you are new to our channel, welcome to Facts Insight. For more videos like this one, please visit this channel for insight based solely on facts. Make sure to subscribe and give a like. The Lost Labyrinth of Egypt. A vast labyrinth that was built in Egypt 2,500 years ago, surpassed even the pyramids, according to one who witnessed it. It was a two-story enormous structure. There was an outstanding 3,000 distinct rooms inside, all connected by a tortuous corridor that were so challenging that no one could escape without a map. King's tomb were located at the underground level at the bottom. A large roof formed of a single enormous stone was located at the top. 2,500 years later, we still don't know the location, even though numerous ancient writers claim to have it firsthand. The closest thing to it that we've discovered is a large stone platform that's 300 meters wide, 1,000 feet, which some people think was once the labyrinth base, but even if it is, the major details have been utterly forgotten by time. The plateau was surveyed by a team of georadar experts in 2008, and they discovered what appeared to be a subterranean labyrinth that resembles the one described by ancient authors. But nobody has ever dug it up or entered it as of yet. We wouldn't be able to certain that we've discovered Egypt's greatest archaeological marvel until someone successfully navigates the maze. The unknown Queen of Egypt. A woman's tomb was found. Some archaeologists claim she was the wife of the king, while others think she was the mother of the monarch. This woman, who have been among the most powerful women in the world 4,500 years ago, yet no one knows who she was now. She may be the daughter of Queen Kenkwast II, the mother of Pharaoh Mekher, or the wife of Pharaoh Nefertiti. Historians can only speculate. She was quite strong, whoever she was. The mysterious death of King Tut. King Tutankhamun passed away at the age of 19, and the exact circumstances of his death are unknown. Not because he was in his prime, but rather because his death is a complete mystery. Tut had so many problems that it's difficult to determine which one caused his death, which is why his passing is so mysterious. King Tut's health was atrocious. His parents must have been siblings according to historians, because he was born with so many hereditary abnormalities and also had malaria. He had a clubfoot and genetic flaws, which some people think might have made his demise inevitable. Additionally, he had a shattered skull, which archaeologists long assumed indicated that he had been stabbed in the head, although it is now thought that his head was just broken during the embalming process. The possibility that he was murdered has not been completely discounted. He also suffered from a knee injury just before passing away, which has given a rise to the belief that he perished in a chariot accident. But even if he was, boarding the chariot in the first place was an odd choice. Tut was unable to stand without assistance due to his extreme deformity. It could have been anything, or a variety of things could have been all affecting him at once. The only thing we can be certain of is that King Tut did not receive a lot of encouraging news during his final month on Earth. The hidden chamber of the Great Pyramid. The biggest pyramid ever was constructed by Pharaoh Khufu about 4,500 years ago. Its height is 490 feet, and it was constructed out of more than 2.3 million stone pieces. Surprisingly, the interior only has 3 compartments. A team asserted in 2017 that the pyramid contains a sizable concealed room that was purposefully constructed to be inaccessible. There are no access points to the chamber. No one has yet seen it, whatever it may be. Accordingly, Pharaoh Khufu purportedly did not want anyone to access it. The Sphinx of Israel. A 4,000-year-old Egyptian sphinx was discovered in Tel Hazar, Israel in 2013, which surprised archaeologists because it was so distant from Egypt. They specifically discovered the statue's paws lying on the base. The remainder is thought to have been purposefully destroyed thousands of years ago. But it would have been half a ton and a meter, 3.3 feet tall, before someone knocked it over. Nobody is aware of an Egyptian statue's activities in Israel. The only remaining piece of information is an inscription on the base that reads King Mycranius, which is the same name of a pharaoh who governed Egypt approximately 2500 BC. The possibility of the Egyptians capturing Tel Hazor is quite remote. Tel Hazar is in Canaan, served as a commerce hub between Egypt and Babylon, under the reign of Mycranius, also known as Menkaura. It was essential to the economic health of two of the region's major nations. We think it was a present, at least. It is unclear why King Mycranius sent it if it is a gift, or for that matter, why anyone become enraged enough to shatter it. All we can be certain of is that a sphinx was constructed 1,000 kilometers away from the Great Sphinx of Giza, for a very unknown reason. The destroyed pyramid. All of the pyramids except for the pyramid of Dejefre are still standing after thousands of years. Nobody is certain of the pyramid's fate. Some claim that Dejefre passed away before the pyramid's completion, which resulted in its downfall, while some claim that Romans stole the stones from the demolished pyramid. Others think that Egypt destroyed it because they were so angry with Dejefre. The Dendera Light. There is a huge relief depicting a rather peculiar scene on the wall of a temple in Dendera, Egypt. According to a common interpretation, it depicts a pillar supported by a human's arms holding up a serpent that is flying out of a lotus blossom in a large bowl of fire. Not just because the pillar has arms, but because the image is peculiar. It just so happens to resemble a model of a 19th century Crookes tube, a type of an early light bulb. It resembles a light bulb so much that some individuals speculate that it might be a blueprint for building one. They have some eerily plausible points, even though that is the type of hypothesis you typically hear put forth by tall-haired lunatics on a History Channel. Only one room in the entire temple did not contain lamps that burned fire, the room that displays the Dendera Light. Egyptians burnt lamps in every other area of the structure but this one. According to the residue discovered by archaeologists, how then did they see anything if they didn't have a primitive light bulb kept within this place? Why on earth would someone bother hanging such a complex painting on the wall in such total darkness? The disappearance of Queen Nefertiti. She is one of the few women to rule Egypt, but her last resting site has never been discovered. Archaeologists made every effort to look through her tomb. They were mistaken in 2018 when they were almost certain they had discovered her tomb. Unexpectedly, her death is not recorded in Egyptian history. Others assert she was never a pharaoh, while some think she altered her name after becoming one. The mummy wrapped in a foreign book. A man purchased an Egyptian mummy from a shopkeeper in 1948. The mummy was discovered to be wrapped in something really strange. When its bandages were removed a few decades later, it was encased in linen book pages. The Etruscan script was used for the page text. Nobody is now aware of the text's meanings or the purpose behind its concealment. The Lost Land of Punt. Punt is a location that appears frequently in literature from ancient Egypt. The Egyptians were fascinated by ancient African empire, which included gold, ivory, and exotic creatures. And it had to have been potent. It was a location that the Egyptians revered and referred to as God's land. There is no denying Punt's existence. It is frequently mentioned in prehistoric textbooks. Even a statue of the Punt Queen exists in an Egyptian temple. However, despite how significant and potent this location must have been, we have never discovered it. The items that Egyptians preserved are the sole relics left of Punt. Scientists studying the mummified bones of two baboons that Egyptians acquired from Punt, in their desperate attempt to locate this country, concluded that the baboons, at the very least, had originated in the region of present-day Eritrea or eastern Ethiopia. Let us know in the comments below which ghost story spooked you the most. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel to get the latest updates. Thanks for watching and see you soon in the next video.